I'm going to tell you guys a really quick story. Years and years ago, a really good friend of mine was a pickup rider at typical rodeo circuit up in Northeast Texas. One of the best horsemen that I knew, actually, maybe to better rephrase that, probably one of the better cowboys that I knew. And his horses were all extremely well trained, well broke for what they did was the pickup horses. They had seen every clown act that you could ever imagine seeing.
We come in through for time at the rodeo tonight that that they were having the clown act. So my friend and his other pickup buddy, they kind of went down the other end of the arena.
And they were waiting for the clown to do their clown act. Well, this particular clown act had a pyro act. In other words, that part of their little car was going to blow up. Well, this particular situation, the car blew up, and part of the pyro thing kind of blew through the air, and the wind was blowing just in such a way that it blew some of that pyro stuff over close to where my friend's horse was. And just like these horses, his horse was asleep, waiting for the clown act to get over. Meanwhile, Mike was visiting with some friends at the other end of the arena and had his leg just casually over the saddle, just like this. If you don't mind, Tracy, now go ahead and put your leg back on for it. Well, right about the time that pyro thing was doing its thing, and that thing blew over and landed in front of Mike's horse. Mike's horse didn't even acknowledge it. He'd heard the explosion before, so he didn't even acknowledge it. But sometime during that time, Mike's horse just kind of woke up. And what he did, part of that pyro thing that had blown over there before was still smoking, and the smoke was flowing toward the horse. But when the horse woke up, the first thing he saw was that smoke that close to his face, so he'd startled it. Well, right about the time the horse did that, Mike's leg was over the saddle, so he grabbed. And when he did, he got his leg stuck on the reins a little bit, and it startled the horse even more. So now the horse startled bigger, got bigger with that. Now Mike's leg is kind of stuck and hung up. One leg is in the saddle, one leg is out of the saddle. So before you know it, long story short, this little rodeo thing going on down at that end of the arena was better than the rodeo that was going on otherwise. But Mike got bucked up so high at one point, he came back down and he landed on top of the saddle horn. I'm not going to go into all the gory details. I'm just going to tell you that it broke his pelvis and it ruptured part of his anatomy to where he finished the rodeo. And by the time he finished the rodeo, he was bleeding profusely and he was septic. Long story short, the long result of it, he was no longer able to ride. So that was the last rodeo that he was able to be a pickup man. So we lost a really good pickup man, and all because he just got a little bit too casual. The reality is no matter how much we trust our horses, we've got to realize that everything we do is a calculated risk with it.